Okay, so there is something I wanted to make. So let's say you have several employees and then you want to send them confidential data such that each employee is only able to view their own data. Let's say you want to send them their pay slips, okay? But you don't want to do it in maybe different emails or attachments. So what you can do, you can create a data such as this. So let's say this is the data, okay? You have the staff ID, you have the PIN that you can maybe generate using maybe random numbers, and then you will email to them that maybe that data using email merge or any other mass email software or site that you use. Okay, you can just generate random pins, maybe run between, you want to maybe generate 3-digit pins or 4-digit pins, depending on whatever you want. Okay, so let's say if it is 3-digit pins, right, between maybe 111 and to 999, and then it will automatically generate two random pins that you will maybe email to them. Okay, and then maybe this is the staff ID that you already have, obviously. Okay, and then so you have the name, maybe this is the name in the employee files, and then these are the pay slips and the pay data. Okay, so what you can do, you can create three different sheets. So the first sheet, you'll call it login, when somebody will just enter their staff ID, sorry, the staff ID and the pin that you will have generated or randomized and sent to them in a mail match. Okay, and then so once somebody enters their correct logins, and then they'll be able to view it here. So the formula basically is you enter a formula such that if error, then it will filter the data. So the data in the data tab, that is, it will filter this data, and then I will be able to lock or protect this sheet such that no one can be able to see it, only us, unless they have our password. So we'll be able to protect or lock this sheet. So it will basically filter, this formula will filter that data. For example, in the name data, it's on column C. So the name data is on column C. So that's what it will filter, and then it will filter it based on the correct login, and the login on maybe the staff ID, which is all located at sheet or cell B4 in the login sheet, and then also based on the pin that you will have sent them, based on the maybe the which we said was it a cell C4 in the login. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, so this data, it will filter is based on this, because we find that it will filter it if staff ID is the same or is what they have entered in their login that was before here, and then if it is also, if the data in B, which is the pin, also matches the pin that they will have entered in this sheet, in this cell, then it will filter their data. If it is not, it will write wrong credentials. So basically, that's it. And then you will do that same thing with even the rest of the fields, with the rest of the fields. So that was for basic, or for the name, I mean. Also for the basic salary, it will filter the data. The data for the basic salary is on column D, as you can see. So that's why data on D, it's on sheet D, and sheet called data and column D, and then it will filter in based on the staff ID that will need to match this for it to filter, and it will also need to match this, the pin that is in data B, that is in data and then column B, to match it to what they will have entered here, so that if it is wrong, then it will not filter. But if it is the correct, that it will, if it matches the staff ID and the pin, then it will filter, and then it will display to them the data here. Okay, and then so that's for basic. You will also do the same for allowance, for deductions, and so then that's just an example. Okay, and then so, for example, let's test. Let's say I am Anne. My staff ID is 85 to 21. So I'll just write 85 to 21. As you can see, it says wrong credentials. Okay. Okay, I am 85 to 21, and my PIN that was emailed to me was 982. Was 982, and then it will only display my data as Anne. Just a second. It will only display my data as Anne. That's it. Okay, and then as we said, we just protect this sheet with a password, so you can enter in password you want, and then so nobody will be able to see it. That's it.